Matt Nichols to work, throwing to the sidelines and hooking up with Shamad Chambers. Chambers with his first catch, and Matt Nichols now 13 of 22 on the day in relief of an injured Mike Riley.
Now with the way this game has shifted, as Nichols tries to get the call here, decision making crucial now for Matt Nichols to not make the bad decision and force things with Toronto on a roll here a bit.
Should mention that was an 80-yard single by Swayze Waters, longest punt of the year for him. Here comes the heat. Nichols hit as he let it go, and downfield it falls incomplete. Devin Bailey closest to it, tracked by Brandon Underwood.
Guy, Logan Harrell gets there. As he was a guy that I had you watch from the get-go. It's a player to watch. It took a while, but nice swim move. Works off a double team. Gets home and makes it tough for Matt Nichols to step up in the pocket and deliver an accurate throw. Sorry. Stay on the end.
Just at an old schoolyard play here, as Cleon Lang was walking around and accidentally kicked the football. So they reset it, 2nd and 10. Here comes Jalil Carter off the edge. More pressure, and down goes Matt Nichols again. And it's Carter who finishes him off.
Oblaugo gets good pressure inside. Jalil Carter comes on the blitz. Both are going to get there. Let's watch Oblaugo here. Inside pass rush, just splits the guard and tackle. He gets a piece of the jersey, and Jalil Carter is going to clean him up because he's coming on the blitz as well.
Wanted to get another look at that, whether or not he got the harness, but grab jersey. Forces the Eskimo punt team onto the field. Brendan Smith drops the football. Edmonton's on it. J.C. Sherritt's got it. The Argos trying to mount a comeback, but they blink, and J.C. Sherritt will take advantage, and Edmonton gets the football back.
Long snapper Ryan King from St. Mary's, often unblocked. They're going to try and block him here, but he's the guy who's going to strip the ball. Gets down the field after the long snap. Outruns the man trying to block him. And James Yurchuk causes a fumble. J.C. Sherritt picks it up in the turnover.
So the turnover's even. Edmonton leads by 7. Pat White in at quarterback. He takes off and will high step for a first down out at the 20-yard line. So the Eskimos trying to change things up offensively. They've been unable to move the football in the second half.
Easy answer, though, for the Argo defense, because they just have to load the box now and stop White from running.
And they go no huddle. White up the middle and gets closed down in a hurry. Gabriel and Emery, middle linebacker and safety there to stop White.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Just close down the box, bring the safety down low. Jermaine Gabriel comes down into that box, which is just around that line of scrimmage. Make Pat White throw the football, which he's not about to do in this situation. In comes Matt Nichols.
Brian Ramsey was a little slow to get up the Eskimo center, former Argo, but stays in the game. 2nd and 9. Nichols back in. Here comes the blitz. Nichols throwing into the corner. Jump ball. Incomplete. And no flag. Brendan Smith in tight coverage. Too tight for the folks at Commonwealth.
Darius Bowman is pleading with Chris Jones to throw his challenge flag here that they believe it was defensive pass interference. Got Smith, turned, knocked the ball down, and then ran over Nate Kuhorn.
And the challenge flag has come out.
if there is interference here, it will have to be that Brendan Smith was holding Kuhorn as he was running down the field and impeding him on his route, because he turns to get the knockdown.
Edmonton is challenging the previous play for defensive pass interference. That will be reviewed.
There's the route from Nate Kuhorn. And like I said, you know, the hand fighting again, back and forth. Now, there was an interesting one last night in Winnipeg that sort of went against the trend. So we'll have to wait and see. But Nate Kuhorn was holding Brendan Smith, as well as Smith sort of holding Kuhorn as they ran down the field. Smith turned, so it's not screening, because he turned and knocked the football down and then falls into him after the knockdown.
After review, there's no visual evidence to support defensive pass interference.
Yeah, I agree.
It's called third down.
I agree. The only way there could have been, the only way there could have been pass interference there was if they call that hand fighting between the two. But Kuhorn had a grip on his jersey as well.
So Grant Shaw and the field goal team come on for the Eskimos. Looking for 3 off the turnover to make it a 2-score game. And Shaw puts it through. So it's the Eskimos by 10 with just under 10 to go at Commonwealth.
The Men's Fragrance by Ralph Lauren.
Toronto Argonauts trying to mount a comeback here, but doesn't look like they're going to have Chad Owens the rest of the afternoon. They're putting the former MOP on ice. That bench over for the Argos. Ice underneath his hamstring.
Help get the Argos back in this game. Down by more than a touchdown again. Ray in trouble again and throws incomplete. Avoids the sack as the heat from Cameron Sheffield leads to the incompletion.
In the 2-point stance, gets nice and wide so he can get a good downhill run on Jarrell King.
2nd and 10. Watkins, showed blitz off the edge. Movement on that offensive line.
Procedure. Toronto, number 57. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Second-year left guard Tyler Holmes flinched.
That's about all it was, too, but that's enough to get the procedure call. 2nd and long turns into 2nd and longer.
Let's keep it going. Come on.
22 hurried.
That's pressure.
Yep.
2nd and 15. Stands in, throws underneath. Darvin Adams the catch, but not a whole lot at the 38.
He's taken some big hits, Ricky Ray. I mean, this Edmonton defense in the first half, as we mentioned, going into the halftime break, probably the most physical game that I certainly have covered this year.
Going to need a lot of ice for these two teams as they heal up for Labor Day. And the traditional matchups, the Argos and Hamilton. And I think the Eskimo Stampeders,
oh boy, yeah,
are back on after
how good would that be?
Quiet few years.
Feels like we're getting close to Labor Day here. And you could tell by the level of physicality. Ray taking a ton of abuse. You saw the hits, the hurries, the sacks. That was a big one right there. That one hurt him by Rennie Curran.
Haven't exactly had the welcome mat out, have they?
That 50K mark a ways away yet.
Argos blitzing again, heavy pressure, and Guyton can't hang on.
Well, I think he thought he was taking this baby to the house. Because he peeks here, and there's no safety. He's got the slant route, and A.J. Guyton has a shot here, takes a little peek up the field, and doesn't secure the catch first.
Tim Burke's dialed up the heat here in the second half too, hasn't he?
Yeah. A little more blitz from them.
Three-man front here, but now they come. Second and 10. Agnew hits Nichols, and it is an incomplete pass. Agnew close to another second half sack.
Oh, this is linebacker, safety, nickelback, middle linebacker. Let's just say they're sending the house, and the safety's coming too. You don't see him yet, but 5 will be there. There's 5 in your picture. Horton, Emery, Agnew.
Yeah, he needs to back up.
I think almost defensive coordinator Tim Burke went on that blitz.
Shaw the boot. Backpedal Smith. Nice punt. Brendan Smith, who fumbled the last one, is being tackled.
Ricky Ray would need a big 653 to get to 50K. 147 yards away from the mark. From the 6th player in CFL history. Possible. But with the pressure he's been under, I don't know how he gets there today.
I think the number he's focused in on is 10 points, at least 10.
You're right.
That was a 55-yard boot by Shaw. Odell Willis double teamed, but Ray is still dragged down. Will he get a pass away?
Well, that's the problem, and that's what happens when you double team one guy. You leave one-on-ones everywhere else. Sheffield has started to provide more pressure, but this is what they do with Odell Willis, who had such a big first half. Now they got Chris Van Zyl, but they're getting help there with Curtis Steele on Odell Willis. Gets the one-on-one to Sheffield.
And you see Ray with the shovel to avoid the sack. But it's second and 10. More time, and now an outlet to Steele. Trying to cut back, lost his footing, and McCoyle is there. Eddie Steele's there. And the punt team has to come on.
You know, this time we've talked about how well that Odell Willis played, but Chris Van Zyl is an all-star right tackle. And when those guys do their job, I want to point them out too, because this time he shuts the door on Odell Willis, and Ricky Ray actually has more time. Great technique there from Chris Van Zyl.
Waiting at the 18, and he'll step out after a short return. 5:42 to go, and a late flag. And that momentum you felt from the Argos was lost with the fumble by Brendan Smith, and they're starting to make more mistakes.
Foul on unnecessary roughness. Toronto, number 37, 15 up from the end of the play, first down.
Costly 15 against Jeremiah Johnson.
Like a late hit out of bounds. This one were real close though. Like he shoots the gap, and yes, Guyton was out of bounds. Not sure how Johnson could tell, but doesn't matter. He was a step out of bounds.
First down, Edmonton, 38-yard line. A handoff inside. Kendall Lawrence is brought down by Emery with help from Logan Harrell.
No fullback blocking that time on Kendall Lawrence's big run for 61 and a touchdown. He had Calvin McCarty make a nice block on Emery. That time there was no fullback block, so Emery scraped to it.
The Eskimos get away from Kendall Lawrence today?
Yeah, they did in the second half a little bit. Saw a little more Tyler Thomas, and it's his first touch in the second half, as a matter of fact.
Second and 9. And did they take too much time? I think they did. No, timeout Edmonton to avoid the time count.
Timeout, Edmonton.
Looks like he is having problems. He's not getting the calls in his helmet speaker.
Mike Riley bringing over his helmet. See if they change, and they are going to change helmets.
Boy, can you... Is it that lucky that they have the same side noggin? As long as the helmet fits properly, I guess they could do that.
Get in the huddle! Get in the goddamn huddle!
Chambers and Devin Bailey were chirping with Dwight Henderson again. You heard the reaction from the Edmonton bench for the young receivers to forget about Anderson and get in the huddle. Gene Horton showing blitz. And the Eskimos reset. 2nd and 9. Hitch. Kuhorn not going anywhere. Stopped in his tracks by Jermaine Gabriel. And the Argos hanging in.
Ricky Ray's going to need points, though, in this drive. Now they're going to adjust the helmet for Matt Nichols wearing Mike Riley's helmet.
Last punt by Grant Shaw, 55-yarder.
Or perhaps trying to fix that speaker in the helmet of Matt Nichols.
And Mike Bradwell back. As Scott Milanovic defers to secure hands. Look at Shaw. Hit that one, and Bradwell dropped it. Well, he was back there to prevent that, and was fortunate to get back on the football. Eric Samuels, first man down. Well, the 2014 Canadian Pacific Women's Open continues tomorrow from the London Hunt and Country Club. Final round coverage gets underway at 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on TSN2. Also on TSN.ca and TSN Go.
You're right. That's why Mike Bradwell's back there. Just took a peek at where the coverage was coming from. Went through the breadbasket and lucky to get that back.
57-yarder for Shaw, so those are 2 big punts by the former Argo for Edmonton here in the 4th quarter. Pass complete to Jason Barnes. Dexter McCoyle in the area. And Barnes has 6, 2nd and 4.
Chris Van Zyle's taking the game that Odell Willis had in the first half personally. He's starting to play a lot better and starting to cut down the rush end out there. Slow his progress in a big way.
Short drop, Ray throws, and it was caught by Barnes. A little juggling act, but he'll move the chains.
Jason Barnes hangs in there.
And Jason Barnes, right on the sideline, he was working on Marcel Young, and Young kind of knocks this down here on this little quick out. He's going to knock it down, but Barnes stays with it, keeps his concentration, isn't rattled, hangs on, moves the chains.
Needed that 2nd down conversion catch, 5th catch of the game for the veteran Barnes. Final play before the 3-minute warning. Ray can't find anybody, has to take off, and he doesn't hook slide, he runs for a first down. Boy, you never talk about his toughness, but you certainly can't question it.
Absolutely not. What a run.
11 yards in the face of all kinds of duress from Odell Willis and company. We've hit the 3-minute warning, and it's the Edmonton Eskimos with a 10-point lead. It's a game within a game storyline this afternoon.
Odell had the big first half, and Ray is starting to look at the rush a little bit on that last run. Watch Odell Willis come off the edge. Watch Ray look downfield, and then he's going to stop and look at Odell Willis. Keep it running. He looks at the rush. Now he's got to get his eyes back upfield. He looks at the rush there. He decides, that's it, I'm going to run the ball.
And for 11, first down Toronto. Here they come again. Ray steps up, slings underneath, and Steele gets away. And steps out of bounds after another Toronto first down. Boy, Curtis Steele's been a valuable asset.
Well, he has been because of the pressure on Ray. He needs a safety valve, a guy to drop the ball to so he doesn't take the hits or tries to minimize them. And sometimes quarterbacks, when they have that many hits on them throughout the game, they start to see shadows a little bit. Ray's starting to even look at the rush now.
Curtis Steele with 128 yards from scrimmage today, 47 rush, 81 receiving. And he's going to get more here as he steps out after 9 yards at the Argo 54.
One of the things that Chris Jones can do here to counter this little dump pass to Curtis Steele is to get Rennie Curran or McCoyle and just match him up. Just go man-to-man on Steele. Rather than drop and help out on the intermediate routes, go up there and take the running back out of that passing game and make Ray push it down the field.
Sideline pattern and completion to Mike Bradwell. Another Bradwell catch. 20th grab of the season for the McMaster product. 12 yards and another Argo first down. Now not going away.
No, they're not. And it's interesting play calling here now for Scott Malinovich as well, because it's a long field goal attempt at this point. Another 4 or 5 yards. He needs 2 scores.
Jeremiah Johnson releases. He catches it underneath and meets up with Rennie Curran. Good collision there inside the 40-yard line. So they're in Waters' field goal range, and that's important.
That's what I mean. Now the play calling becomes important in that there cannot be a turnover for the Argos here. They've got to score twice. They can take the field goal on this drive and get the kick immediately. See what Scott Malinovich calls here.
Steele back in, can't take a sack or a penalty. Pass is dropped. Jason Barnes couldn't catch it. Might have been short of the first down nonetheless, and on comes Waters, trying to get it back within a touchdown.
Jason Barnes took a peek as well. And Chris, you know what? I think he was right on that first down marker. If he just hangs on and falls forward and keep this drive going. But they need the field goal and the major. So take the field goal now. But Waters has got to make it.
He has to make it. It's from 45 out. And Swayze Waters has got it. So they're back within 7. And now Scott Milanovich's team needs a 2-and-out to get Ricky Ray on the field one more time.
You're right in that bubble zone right here. Do you go for the onside if you're Scott Malinovich now? Or excuse me, the Edmonton Eskimos take the football and not risk that decision. They need the 2-0.
First down, Edmonton. At their 35. On the ground, big hole, Kendall Lawrence. Huge first down. Gabriel the tackle. But 13 for Kendall Lawrence. 88 yards on the day.
Aston Whiteside got up too high there, trying to keep contained and opened up a running lane for Lawrence.
One more first down might do it. Fake to Lawrence. Darius Bowman inside. And another first down. Gabriel again the tackle. 13 more for Bowman.
Obalaugo there. Tristan Obalaugo goes this time, forgets about contain, and he's saying